Hello everyone, my name is Marian with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just keeping it real this evening. Welcome for those of you that are just coming on, and this is your first time subscribing. Please like, share, and subscribe, and know that something that said could very well help you today or someone else. So this is a channel where we're just real. We just keep it real, right? So I didn't know where to go this week, and I sent an email out and got back a lot of suggestions, but the main suggestion was on relationships. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to get you guys ready. We're going to do some series. So we're going to run with this all the way through to the end. Hopefully I will have Dr. Butler to come on and share with us from a spiritual perspective, relationships, and also from a psychological perspective. And also I am looking forward to having Pastor Charles and his wife Trinae come on. I hope y'all listening, because I'm gonna get y'all to come now, because they have been married. I forgot how long. They just had an anniversary. So I would love for them to give us some insight, to give you some insight on their marriage, period, and using their own experiences. And also, I have a very special friend who's coming on to share with us as well. Her name is Jennifer, and she can give us some insight into relationships and what into some devastating things that can take place that you can carry into your relationship. So we're gonna talk, y'all. We're just gonna be real. Anywho, let me just share some of the questions that came in, and they were amazing. I was kind of shocked, but hey, how can I trust the one that has betrayed me? What is your view on God? Why are you in and out of my life when I know you're not good for me? That was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. How can we make this relationship work? That was a question that came in. Do we have anything in common? Is marriage 50-50 or 100-100? I like that one. I want to hear that one from a biblical perspective, and of course a psychological one too. What else? How can I make this relationship work? Oh, how do you handle disagreements? And how do you handle it when you are very angry? So yeah, we're going to talk about relationships. And if you guys have any more questions you want to add to this list, because we won't answer them all today. Definitely, we will answer maybe one. But I just want to look at the definition of relationship tonight. And then we're going to move on, get excited about the next couple of weeks to hear what it can impart into us. Okay. So what is a relationship? What are relationships? There are different types. Y'all need to know this. It's just not one relationship, right? A relationship is a connection or a bond between two people. And it can take on a lot of forms depending on their intimacy together, depending on their involvement or their interaction together, and if they have any commonalities. Now, let me say this. You have different types of relationship, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, but for those of you that don't, if you dump all the relationships in one bucket, that ain't cool. That don't even work. Okay. So the first type of relationship is the family relationship, right? So, that's your siblings, your parents, your cousins, all them, all of them. That's family. And then you have friendships. Friendships are basically connections that are mutual affections one for another, because they've sought to build trust and support with each other. And that comes with spending time with each other, getting to know each other. And that's how you build a real good friendship. So you have the family relationships, you have friendship relationships, then you have romantic relationships as well. And we know about the romantic relationships. They can involve deeper emotional and physical attraction, physical connection between two people. It could be dating or partnership or actually marriage. And we'll talk about that, how that a relationship can be successful even in marriage and even in dating. We'll talk about that as well. Then we have professional relationships. Y'all know where that comes from. Professional relationships are built, I would say, based on the work and professional intimacy that you have with that individual, the interaction that you have with them when you're working. I have quite a few business relationships. And the beauty of business relationships is that, I don't know, with mine, I never get rid of them. I mean, they never go away. I always pop up in their mind or in their spirit when they know what I do. And they say, oh, Marian is who I need to call. And I do the same. I said, well, oh, I know who to call for that. You know, business relationships are amazing. And so, yeah, professional relationships. And then we have acquaintances. Those are the people that you meet, and it's usually a casual connection, but you're not that close, right? So each relationship, y'all, each relationship has its own set of expectations and its own set of dynamics. So it depends on the interaction that the individuals go through, right? My dad used to tell me, girl, you don't ever meet a stranger. And he was like that. So I feel like I got it from him. You never meet a stranger. And the reason for that is because I do communicate with people. And in order for you to have a successful or healthy relationship, you have to talk. You have to communicate. There are no two people that are alike. Get this, we are all unique. You are unique. I'm unique. You're special. I'm special. When God made you, he threw away the mold. Yes, he did. When God made you, he threw away the mold. When he made me, he threw away the mold. There is nobody like me. And there's nobody like you. Every hair, every strand of hair, y'all see I'm working my gray. Oh, look, my earring came off. Every strand of hair on your head has a number. That's real talk right there. Because God did that. Who does that? Every strand of hair on my head has a number. My teeth, I can be identified if I die by my teeth. I can be identified if I commit a crime and I've been there touching something by my fingerprints. So I am very unique, and so are you. And nobody can ever be exactly like you because there's only one of you. Okay. So who does that? What I like to do when I talk about that, I marvel at God. I marvel at his love for me, that I'm so unique. Yet we're all different. All of us are different, but we have some similarities, some commonalities. That's what attracts us to each other. Yeah. So if you're attracted to me, it's because it's something about me that you like. If I'm attracted to you, it's something about you that I like. That's common. Yeah. So I've learned some things down through the years. Now we're just getting ready for this series. So I'm just kind of throwing out the word relationship. I want y'all to focus on it because we're going to be talking about relationships and answering some of these questions. And some of the things that I've learned down through the years regarding relationship with my walk with the Lord, especially, is that I've learned to build relationships, positive relationships, and I've learned to maintain them. When there is a key factor missing, and you guys know what that key factor is, it is communication. And you know, you hear some people sometimes say, well, I don't talk. Okay, you talk enough to be able to communicate a message to somebody. So communication is a key factor in building a healthy relationship. If you don't, I told you all, my ex-husband, I hate to say my ex-husband, my children's father and I, we were married 19 years, 20 years, was together 22 years. And it was beautiful in the beginning. We did everything together. Y'all go back and hear the clip. I ain't saying nothing I hadn't said before. But the point was, we had issues, a lot of issues, and those issues could have been resolved had there been communication. So in a healthy relationship, there must be communication. Simple as that. You can't even have a relationship with God outside of communication. Keep it real. I'm just keeping it real. Somebody gonna say, there she go talking about the Lord. No, this is real. Romans 10:9 said, confess with your mouth. Believe, you got to talk. Confess with your mouth. Believe with your heart that God had raised Jesus Christ from the dead and thou shalt be saved. So you have to confess, right? Don't get smart and say, what if you can't talk? Because you can still talk in here, okay? All right? Confess, Romans 10:13. Call upon the name of the Lord and you shall be saved. You got to talk, right? You got to talk. So for any relationship, if you want it to be healthy, you better be talking. You better be trying to communicate with that person. See, I tell people all the time, I don't read your mind. And sometimes I talk to people and they be like, but I thought you said this. I thought you did this. I thought you felt like that. How you gonna know what I feel like? Talk to me and ask me what I feel like, what I'm thinking. I'm gonna tell you. Just be ready to accept what I say. A lot of times they don't want to accept what I say because I be so real. But anywho, a relationship, any relationship, no relationship can survive. You can write this one down. No relationship can survive without communication. Somebody's going to be neglected. Somebody's going to feel isolated. Somebody's going to feel angry. And a relationship can't survive without communication. And you could try to fix that any kind of way you want, but it don't work because you're going to be two people walking around getting on each other's nerves, hating each other, not wanting to be in the same house with each other because you ain't talking. You have no commonality. You have no similarity. You have no interest in each other. And then you don't desire to. That's the bad part about it. Who wants to be that miserable? Anyway, there you go. So let's establish this before we sign off, that if a person doesn't desire to communicate, it simply says that person is not interested in building a relationship with you. That's how it goes. And I'll give you a real example. I kind of bumped into a guy friend of mine. Well, it wasn't really a friend. It was someone that I knew when I was growing up as a child. And of course, we're both grown now. And we began to talk online. And it was so beautiful. The communication, the similarities, the praying together, the talking, the memories from long ago, and just the connection. It was really good. And all of a sudden, I think it lasted about 5 days. 5 days. But it was good while it lasted. My point for saying that is that communication ceased. Therefore, there was no continuance of building a relationship. And me, being the person that I am, sought to find out, well, what happened? Did I say something wrong? Because I'm subject to do that. Did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Let me know, because I won't know if I offended you. Of course, there was no answer. So what does that say to me? That says that the individual obviously is not ready to build a relationship with you, right? Any kind of relationship. I ain't talking about nothing serious. I'm talking about just a friendship. That person's not ready to do that. So don't be offended, y'all, when that happens. Just take it for what it's worth. Communication is the key to building a healthy relationship. And when a person refuses or doesn't want to do that, it's refuse the same thing. If a person refuses to build a relationship, to talk, they won't be bothered, which is pretty bad. Who wants to live in the world like that? Only someone that's been damaged. And we'll get into that. Dr. Butler's going to expound on that a little bit more, and excited about it. You ever wonder why people do the things that they do? Why people act like they act? Why they exhibit certain behavior? It is a direct result of what has happened to them, what they've done to somebody else, or it's a direct result of something that has happened. I'm a living witness. We're going to get into all that because I'll be able to tell you my story. We'll talk about that as we progress in this relationship session. So with that said, I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks. You guys, thank you so much for chiming in. I just wanted to give you that little piece and a little heads up and let you know that we're going to be talking about relationships and answering some of those questions. Why are you in and out of my life when I know you're no good for me? Is marriage 50-50 or 100%? How can I trust the one that has betrayed me? How can I make this marriage work? And I think I probably answered all of them questions. But no, Dr. Butler's going to get into it a little bit deeper than I can. So with that said, this is DTM Real Talk, y'all. And I love y'all. We're just doing what? Keeping it real. It's Labor Day tomorrow, so y'all be safe out there. See y'all next week. Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.